are all friends here. There are no strangers when you walk inside that door. We welcome you to linger in this family of love and hold you in our hearts the way you are. We are all friends here. There are no strangers when you walk inside that door. We open you to linger in this family of love and hold you in our hearts the way you are. We are all friends here. There are no strangers when you walk inside that door. We welcome you to linger in this family of love and hold you in our hearts the way you are. We welcome you to linger in this family of love and hold you in our hearts the way you are.
Nice. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Well, welcome, everyone. Oh, there's new face. I walked in and I'm like, oh, I'm seeing the old faces that are the new faces, and I'm so grateful. Oh, it's September. Yes, and in September, all you snowbirds come back to us. Yay. Well, welcome, welcome if you're a new face or an already existing face. You know what I'm saying. So I'm glad to see you. I wanted to make sure that we acknowledge who is new. Is this the first time you've ever been here? Raise your hand. Anybody brand spanking new? We got one in the back. Where did you hear about us? Facebook. Yay, Facebook. Welcome, welcome. We have a gift for you. Who else? Oh, I'm sorry. What was your name? What's your name? Holly. Well, welcome, Holly. Any other new for your first time? Okay, excellent. I wanted to make sure that we acknowledge all of the people that come together to make this happen each week, or each week that we're here. So we've got Anna, who is doing our greeters. Thank you, Anna. We've got Diana and Christy, you were helping in the kitchen area as well. Thank you. We've got Alan and Kelly, who are doing our music today. Thank you, Alan and Kelly. Christy is also doing our soundboard. Yay. We're glad you're back. Yay. We got Marina on our tech, which gets us online as well as videoed. Yay. Thank you. David's doing our clicker today, or our slide progression. Let's see. We've got Tim, and he'll be doing the bowl, so we thank you for your support. Did I get everybody? And I am Rachael Dilling. Oh, and Sue. Yes, Sue is our practitioner of the day. Thank you. And Bill is in the back doing our high watch, so thank you for that. Did I get everybody now? Excellent. I hope so. If I missed you, I apologize. Everybody important, she says. We're all important. So now it's time to kind of say good morning to everybody. So we're going to do a little mix and mingle. So you're going to stand up. Make sure you ask permission before you hug anybody, because we want to be respectful of the spaces. So let's just take about 30 seconds to a minute. Go ahead and rise and say good morning to your neighbor. Welcome back to your chairs. Thank you so much. So we have a our new purpose or process that Reverend Joe has not decided, but has created for us so that we can all kind of figure out what we're doing here. So here is our new process. It's arise. Isn't that lovely? Arise. So we become aware of what's happening around us and what's happening inside of us. We radiate a radical responsibility. So what does that mean? It means I'm in charge of who I am, and I take charge of my life. I'm radically responsible. Inside out living, what does that mean? It means that the inside of what I'm doing inside is how I reflect outside, right? So if it's happening out there in the world, it must be happening in here as well. And so that is one of the things I pay attention to, inside out living. Spirit is all there is, meaning that we are all one. Everything is within the whole that is God, that is Spirit, that is the universal energy. And last one is everyone evolving, meaning wherever you're at, right here and right now is fine, because we are continuously moving, growing, and discovering more about who we are and about the world around us. So arise is what we're going to be working on for a while now. Go ahead. Okay, we got another song. Alan and Kelly.
Well, this is great seeing so many people here. You feel welcome, I hope. You are. This song goes way back. A friend of mine wrote this sometime back. This has been sung in bars and churches and all over. So we're going to sing it here because we believe it. Hey, we don't care what side you say you're on. It won't mean a thing when we're gone. So come and sit a while and let that spirit smile, and we'll talk to the early rays of the morning sun. 'Cause we like you and you are our friend, and we hope this thing we got will never end. Yes, we like you and you are our friend, and we hope this thing we got will never end. Hey, we're so glad to see your smiling face, and we know it's not some weird disgrace to lose control for a while and let that spirit smile. And remember, hey, this ain't such a bad old place. And we like you and you are our friend, and we hope this thing we got will never end. Yes, we like you and you are our friend, and we hope this thing we got will never end. Well, let's get together and sing a friendly song, 'cause folks like you and us should get along. Hey, we're so glad to know you. This is how we show you. You're the reason we're the singers of this song. 'Cause we like you and you are our friend, and we hope this thing we got will never end. Yes, we like you and you are our friend, and we know this thing we got will never end. All right, let's do that one more time. I can hear you out there. Hey, we like you and you are our friend, and we hope this thing we got will never end. Yes, we like you and you are our friend, and we know this thing we got will never end. We know this thing we got will never end.
That's sassy. I like it. Yes. So next, we are going to do our lighting of the flame and faith ceremony. And this is where we acknowledge that we are all one. So we perform the flame of faith ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all people and all things, all beings come from the one great universal practice, which we call spirit, God, love, source. So what I'll do is after each one, I will use the gong, and then we'll take a breath together to take a moment to acknowledge. We first light the unity candle, which represents the unificating nature of all religions through and experiences which we honor here today. We light a candle for the Shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous people, the way of the primal spirituality. We light a candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light a candle for Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light a candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light a candle for Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light a candle for Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light a candle for Islam, honoring the path of compliance with the will of God as the highest calling. We light a candle acknowledging all forms of new thought, including the Centers for Spiritual Living, the metaphysical path of a personal relationship of healing through the practice of universal spirit principles. We light a candle for inclusivity, affirming that those that are seeking a stronger knowledge of an understanding of the divine love are welcome here. Nothing exists outside of God. You are welcome here. We now light a healing candle and invite you to silently offer into the light the name of loved ones, knowing that they are now the perfect expression of the Spirit, wholeness, and love. Thank you.
We're going to stay in this nice quiet time, sing together, and then do this song, and then Sue's going to come up and offer our invocation. Everywhere I am is holy ground, for I walk in God. Everywhere I am is holy ground, and the power and the presence of pure spirit makes my path gentle and easy. Gentle Everywhere I am is holy ground, and I live in love. Everywhere I am is holy ground, for the power and the presence of pure spirit makes my path gentle and easy. Gentle, easy. Everywhere I am is holy ground, and I stand in peace. Everywhere I am is holy ground, for the power and the presence of pure spirit makes my path gentle and easy. Gentle, easy. Everywhere I am is holy ground, and I dance in joy. Everywhere I am is holy ground, for the power and the presence of pure spirit makes my path gentle and easy. Gentle, easy. Gentle, easy.
In our celebration today, we make this holy ground. Please join me in affirmative prayer. And in this sacred moment of prayer, I speak in the first person, as I know the I am is within each of us. I sense the presence, knowing that presence of the Creator, of God, of Holy Spirit, is in, through, around, and as us. A loving, intelligent, creative spirit within each of us. And I realize that as we meet together today, that spirit arises, that vibration finds its way out among our community and our world. It brings peace and love and harmony. We do make a difference. I know there is a power in good well-being, in good acts and good positive thoughts. And we influence our own lives, those around us, even into the world, with our prayer of faith and of peace. In gratitude for our ministers, for Rachel today, and knowing that her vision of her speech today will reach the hearts of people where they are and uplift us and uplift each one into a new and higher frequency of clarity, of knowing who we really are, of doing the work here, of being light workers, of being as Jesus was, the example, spreading love, peace, joy. We can do it. We are doing it. In gratitude for the love that we feel among each other here, for this philosophy, for the music, for the feeling of camaraderie and friendship. I find connection here, and I am grateful for it. I speak my word, knowing that it is God's desire for the best and highest for each of us, for those that need special care. I speak the name Josie and Julie, and each of us have those in our hearts who need special blessings and prayers, and knowing their wholeness, their wellness, the perfect blueprint within each of us of who we really are. In gratitude, I, with my wonderful beloveds here, say together, and so it is. Oh, what a beautiful morning. I was out walking with Stormy, my doggie, about 7 o'clock, 7:30. It's not even light now at 7. But it was so crisp and cool and fresh from the rain. Oh, it was just gorgeous. It still is. Beautiful day. So our theme today is Mission Possible. That brings to mind the movie's Mission Impossible, where Tom Cruise shows that nothing is impossible. I saw a quote recently from another film star, Audrey Hepburn. Oh, she was so loverly, wasn't she? She said within the word impossible is the statement, I'm possible. In religious science, we believe that nothing is impossible because of the truth of who we really are. I'm possible. This week, I attended an online conference of the Daughters of Heaven with my friend, Reverend Josie. She is a light to us of the possibility of a journey through cancer with grace. What we thought was impossible for her after getting out of the hospital and rehab, she has proved that which is possible and is doing so well. In the conference, Alan Cohen told a story of a friend of his who, after 10 years of marriage, found incompatibility with his wife regarding wanting children. He wanted a family, and his wife didn't want to have children. So they went through a painful divorce. Now alone, he was on the edge of not knowing if his dreams were possible. He told Alan that one day he took several sheets of printer paper and wrote the word trust in black marker on each of the sheets. He laid them on the floor in blanket style and laid down on the bed of trust. Before long, he met someone, found love again, and they were able to bring 2 children into their family. Trust, hope, and possibility. That gives me chills. That's a great recipe for success and happiness. Namaste.
Thank you, Sue. I'd like y'all, if you haven't met him, this is my friend Kelly Pentago. We play music around, and a lot of these songs he hasn't heard before. Well, it doesn't matter because I never play the same song twice, as most of you know that the same way. This is an Eddie Watkins song in G. I always have to remember to share that with him. I'm not worried about tomorrow. Today I declare freedom from yesterday's mistakes of the past. Today all things are made brand new, and don't it feel good to know all is well and unfolding as it should. I can change my reality by changing my mind. Perfect peace, joy, and happiness is yours and it's mine. I'm loud and so are you, and don't it feel good to know all is well and unfolding as it should. All is well, all is well. Divine Spirit is directing me right now. All is well, all is well, all is well and unfolding as it should. I am cloaked in the Spirit. I am fed by the divine. I am one with all that is. My soul is free from time. I am blessed and so are you. Hey, don't it feel good to know all is well and unfolding as it should? All is well, all is well. Divine Spirit is directing me right now. All is well, all is well, all is well and unfolding as it should. All is well, all is well. Divine Spirit is directing me right now. All is well, all is well, all is well and unfolding as it should. All is well and unfolding as it should. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, welcome back, or I'm welcome back. Good morning, yes. Mission possible. Mission possible. So, of course, I thought the same thing. Mission impossible? No, it's mission possible. So what does that mean? So we've heard this statement, right? 3 things will last forever: faith, hope, and love. And we know the end of that statement, right? And the greatest of these are love. So I started thinking about it. Faith, hope, love. Faith, we talk about faith all the time, right? We talk about faith in knowing that that God, the universal energy, all that is doing as it will. We know this. Faith is knowing something is going to happen without evidence of it happening, right? We talk about love all the time. We spend an entire month talking about love and it being the underlining energy that is God. But do we talk about hope? And actually, coming up through the ranks, we were told don't talk about hope because hope it's too wishy-washy. It's not emphatic enough. However, hope is important. So we need to define it a little bit. When I think about hope, the question is it an emotion? Is it a feeling? Is it a state of mind? What is hope? And I would say yes. Because if you have ever felt hope, it's that warm, glowy feeling in your chest. That's definitely a feeling. And if you've ever watched one of those videos where the parent is coming home from the military and they're in their greens and they see their kid and the kid comes and runs and everybody's crying and I'm crying even though I'm watching a video, that's an emotion of hope, of the way it's possible that it could be this way, right? And if you've ever had the thought that my life could be better, that there's more to this than what's happening right now, well, that's a mindset. So it's all of those things. Let me give you another example. In World War II, after World War II, there used to be the blitzes over London, right? And they bombed, and then there were these areas that were completely destroyed in rubble. And there were women that would go out in the bucket brigade and they would put the rubble or the bricks in, and they'd get in this long line, and they'd move the buckets around to get the bricks out. Well, these women would actually go and find flowers and take the seeds, and they'd plant these flowers wherever they could, in broken teacups and boots, if they had tin cans, but tin was kind of rare, and they'd plant them. And when they were asked the question of why would you go to all this effort? One was quoted to say, because it shows us that life goes on, because the inspiration that happens with a flower shows us that there is hope. That's amazing. So hope is essential in the faith, the hope, and the love that allows us to feel the possibilities. And that's what hope is. Do you know that there's been over 2,000 studies done on the concept of hope? Oh, here's my picture. The rubble and the flowers. So I figured if we're going to talk about the science of hope, that we should get a definition of hope through the science lens. And so Mr. Hallman, who works at the University of Oklahoma, and he runs the Hope Research Center. I didn't even know there was a Hope Research Center until this week. And he defines it as hope is the belief that your future will be better than today and that you have the power to make it so. So I think part of the resistance to the word hope is we walk around and we go, I hope you have a good day. I hope things get better for you. I hope it all works out, which really isn't hope. That's just a wish. And when we wish people well, we have no actual control over how that happens. But when we have hope, when we know that something can be better, it changes things. The studies show that people that have hope live longer, they're healthier, they overcome disease faster, better, and more permanently. It even improves academics for those children that have hope. They test better and they get through school better. It also showed that those people who have hope, their careers are more successful. And that's because with hope, according to the studies, what shows up are goals, pathways, and agency. Because if you, the gentleman, so Mr. Hallman, he does a YouTube video, TED Talk. And I love TED Talks. They're just like, the expert that gets up and talks for 20 minutes about their expertise and enlightens us with these great ideas that are worth sharing. Actually, that's their tagline, ideas worth sharing. And he was saying that we need that through the hope, I remember what I was going to say. It changed his life about 10 years ago. He was having a conversation with a gentleman. And it was a young kid. I call a kid anybody under 25 as a kid to me at this point in my life. And so he was talking to this kid, and he was saying all of the diversity in his life. He was homeless at the time, and he was struggling financially, and he wasn't even sure necessarily where he was going to get his next meal. And so Mr. Holman was saying, he was struggling with only seeing the negative things that were going on in this guy's life. But that's not what the guy was seeing. He was seeing the possibility because he knew it had to get better. He knew that this is not where his life ended. And so he had enrolled himself into school. And so he was starting college. And he was applying for different services that would help him get back on his feet. Because this was not the end of his story. Because he had hope. And with that, it changed the professor's entire concept, which is why he started the Hope Foundation. So, goals. This kid decided he wanted to go to school. He wanted a better life. He wanted a career. And pathways. He found the roadmap, or a roadmap, to how to make that happen. And with that roadmap, you also have to have the desire. You have to have the motion. You have to have the willpower to get you going in that direction. Now, we know that through studies that willpower is a limited resource, and we can only use it in a limited way. The more we use, the less we have. And so the hope allows to increase that, and it gives it a direction in which to go to make it useful. So when we have the hope, it is the possibility that something better can happen, which then opens our goals and the pathways and the agency. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Okay. So a local story here in St. George, last year, you may remember this, there's a dig of Jurassic bones, there were fossils that were being found, and so you had a bunch of, the scientists were in there digging, and they had volunteers coming in, they're digging as fast as they possibly can to excavate all of the stuff that they can get out of this. But they weren't getting it done fast enough. There was so much more to explore. And one of them had hope. And they decided that, well, is there a way that we can work? Because the challenge was that there was a power station that was supposed to be built on that exact site. So they went to the city and they went to the power company, and they end up working together through this vision, through this hope. And they were able to build that power station someplace else. And so they're still going through the dirt to find the fossils through hope. So it's an amazing thing that we can create when we put our minds to it. Now, how does that work in the science of mind world? Well, Ernest Holmes says hope is the underlying evidence of good. It's that spark. It's that possibility. I was sitting with a couple of friends of mine, practitioners and ministers, and I brought it up. I said, so what's the difference between hope and faith? And as we had lots of discussion around it and lots of fun using the different words, I hope we could figure this out. I have faith that we'll figure it out. We decided that hope is that possibility, and I know I've said it. The possibility, the crack in the door, the flower coming up through the cement and the rubble. Hope is the possibility of something that can happen. Where faith is the knowingness that it will and is happening. So hope is like the future, and faith is the now. So I was talking to another girlfriend of mine who is also a minister, and she just got a new position, and she's kind of struggling with this new position that she has, because if you want all of your fears and demons to come up in you, get a job that you really want, right? Because once you have that job, then it's like, oh my God, I don't know if I can really do this or not. And so she was going through this anxiety and this fear. And I could relate to her because, my husband and I, David, we have a business. And right now our clientele has dropped a little bit. And so I go right into anxiety when I found out this was happening, the panic of, oh my gosh. And it was interesting that my girlfriend and I were having this conversation like a day after that. Because she was telling me, in our thoughts, we can follow whatever thought we choose to follow. Because the thoughts show up. Oh my God, I can't do this. Oh my God, I can totally do this. Both of those thoughts show up. Which one am I going to follow? Right? So if I follow I don't know if I can do this, I don't know if I'm going to have enough clientele, I don't know if we're going to have enough money to sustain the business, and we're all going to be homeless, and now we're going to die, that's a bad thought to follow. That's quite the rabbit hole, right? Whereas if I follow it will work out. I have hope that this is going to all do what it needs to do, that we're going to create the environment we need, and that all of my skills and talents and support is going to show up and help me get through this time. That's a much better rabbit hole to fall down, isn't it? Yeah. So then I was thinking, well, why do I go there? Why do I have to feel the anxiety to get the urgency, to create the motion, to create the result that I want? Is it possible that instead of the anxiety, I could just go straight to the urgency to make things happen? You think that's possible? What do you think? Yeah, I think it is possible. I think that if I look at the anxiety when it starts to come up and I go, I don't think that I want to follow that thought. I want to follow the thought that for the last 4 years, we've had this business, we've been moving successfully. Yes, we go through dips, but we also always come back up, that we will make it happen. And so my girlfriend has decided to also not follow the negative rabbit or into the rabbit hole. So how do we do that? How do we stop that thought process? We make a choice. We make a choice that when we see it come up, which means that we have to go back to that arise concept of being aware of what our thoughts are, living from the inside out, taking radical responsibility, knowing that there's only spirit and that we are always evolving, right? To pay attention to that thought. And so when we notice the anxiety or the thought of, oh my gosh, what is going to happen now? I might fail. I say, no, stop. I'm not going to follow that thought process. I'm going to know that through action and faith and hope and love, I'm going to make something spectacular happen. So how do we create more hope in our life? Because I'm going to suggest the mission possible is hope. So how do we do it? Well, these are three things that came up as a combination between the science and the philosophy of Centers for Spiritual Living. Gratitude. How often do we talk about gratitude? We talk about gratitude all the time, and you know why? Because it works. And so I would recommend, I challenge you to take the time to write 3 things that you're grateful for every day. Now, I would recommend choosing different things you're grateful for every day, but if it's only 3 things in your life that you're grateful for, then write them down every day. Because the more gratitude we feel, the more hope we have. It's a mindset, right? Some people say hope is optimism, and I'm going to say it's a little bit more than optimism. It's an energy that we put out that helps us create things because we see the possibility. Setting achievable goals. So I do this every morning. I write my list out of things I'm going to accomplish today. Because every time we get to check one of those things off the list, we're actually creating more hope in our lives because we see the possibility of doing something more. Now, sometimes that first thing on my list is take a shower because it's one of those days. And other times, I'm able to go, I'm going to contact 5 marketers today, or I'm going to create a new brochure today, or I'm going to work on the website today. And those are bigger things to help me move towards the goal that I have. But the little goals help us move forward, which is great. And then speak truth to your soul. Speak truth to your soul. So what does that mean? What is a truth that we could speak to our soul? I can do it. Absolutely. I can do it. What's another one? I love this. Yes. One more. One more. I'm not alone. The truth is, and that is so true, that I'm not alone. And we're not designed to be alone. We're not designed to come and do this life by ourselves. We're designed to have community. And through community, we get strength. And then we can fall in love with what we're doing. And we can do it because we have the hope and the faith and the love to make it happen. Doesn't that feel good? That feels good. So we practice changing our mindset. And one of the best ways to practice choosing to change our mindset is through classes. By getting into classes, we are engulfing ourselves or embedding ourselves into the learning process, the being able to see things in a different way. I love teaching the classes and I love taking classes because even if they're the basic classes, they remind me of the basics of how to do a spiritual mind treatment. What is a spiritual mind treatment? Why do we do it? What's the most important factors of a spiritual mind treatment? And by the way, if you don't know what a spiritual mind treatment is, it is simply the way CSL prays, the way we do a prayer. And in that prayer, we've got 5 parts. Do we know what those 5 parts are? Right? We have our unification, our recognition. That is recognizing that God is all there is, that there is spirit, there is a whole, there is a one. That's all. And in that one, there's a unification. That's I am in this. I am of this. That whole is who and what I am. The third one is the declaration of what it is that I am declaring to be the truth right now. Whatever that is. I am in a place of healing. I am creating successful business, speaking in the present tense always. Then there's the gratitude, the thank you. I'm so grateful for being where I am, or the appreciation. There's a debate whether it's appreciation or gratitude right now. I think both of them are excellent ways of going. And the final is the release, which is letting it go to that universal energy, to God, to create and to manifest that. So through these 5, if you're unaware of them, let's get into class, because that's where we learn how to utilize that power. So your mission is absolutely possible. It's about putting hope into your life. And I love what Sue said, that impossible is actually just meaning I'm possible. Do that. So we have an affirmation today, and that affirmation is, I choose hope today. And I know anything is possible. So what we're going to do is we're going to stand up, and we're going to say it together. And because I'm on mic, I'm not going to say it quite as loud, so I'm going to let you say it really loud so the people can hear it online. So we're going to say it together. You ready? 1, 2, 3. I choose hope today and know that anything is possible. Okay, we got to do it one more time, a little more energy this time. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. I choose hope today and know that anything is possible. One more time. Ready? Go. I choose hope and know anything is possible. Yes, yes, yes. Excellent. Go and have a seat. Thank you. And so now let's pray. Let's pray. So knowing that God is all there is, all knowing, all powerful, all present, knowing that God is the source of all things, that God is the life and the light and the love, the hope and the faith, that God is the energy that moves, that creates, that is the creator, the created, and the creating. It is all. It is the energy that moves. It is the energy that is. It is the breath of life. And as I know this to be the truth, I know that I am of and from and in and as this universal energy that I call God. It is who and what I am. And as I know this is my truth, as it is the truth of who I am, I know it is the truth of everyone in this room, everyone that can hear my voice now and in the future. It is the truth. And so I declare in this truth that all is good, that through hope we see possibility, through faith we see knowingness, and through love we know that there is creation. That as we move into this, we create our lives as we desire through the knowingness that God is all there is. Yes, yes, yes. Knowing that the impossible is I'm possible. With such gratitude, I release my word into the law, knowing it is done, done, done. And together we affirm by saying, and so it is, and so it is. Excellent. Okay. Thank you, Rachel.
Thank you, Rachel.
So now is the time of giving. We live in a world of abundance. There is so much all around us. We have our talents and our treasures and our time. And so all three of these things are critical when we are giving and creating and co-manifesting our center. And so as I ask that you tithe with your talents and your time, I also ask that you tithe with your treasures. So there's lots of ways to do that. We can go through Zoom. You can do it online through the donation. We have the little blue envelopes that are sitting on your chairs that you can put into the red bowl over there. Or you can mail a check if that's so what you desire. For those people online, you can totally mail a check. So while we're doing that, let's go ahead and sing a little song. Oh, wait, I forgot the affirmation part. Let's do the affirmation part. So whatever you're tithing today, whether that is your talent, your treasure, your time, let's go ahead and put that in our hearts or on our hearts. And we will say this affirmation together. I am overflowing with love and abundance. I give from the source of my being, which is rich and unlimited. With joy and excitement, I share from this overflow. And in return, the universe gives back to me in infinite ways, channels, and means. And so it is.
I let go. With the Spirit changed my life, and my heart is open wide. I am only here for God. No more struggle, no more. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. I am open wide. I am only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. I am only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. In my heart is open wide. I am only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. By my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the Spirit. I am only here for God.
Also, we can pray. So knowing that God is all there is, all-knowing, all-powerful, all-present, knowing that I am of and from and in and as this Spirit of God, as is everyone here. We know that money is an energy of God that flows in and of and through everything. And so with this tithing, with this treasure, we know that it amplifies, that it comes back tenfold to those who have put into the pot, and it serves the community in the perfect and beautiful way that it allows continuous expansion, discovery, and love. With such gratitude, I say thank you, and I release my word to the law knowing it is done, 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 done. And so it is, and so it is. Thank you, thank you. Okay, announcements. Sue, you're up.
People online, no Zoom today. We'll resume that next week when we have an online service. And our next in-person service right here is October 12th. The Holy Land is everywhere. It's kind of like that sacred space that we rest in. Prayer requests. Oh, there we are. Tina, did you draw them? How did that? Looks like your work. Oh my gosh, the three. Who did that? That is awesome. Caricatures of Bill, Sue, and Stephanie, your practitioners. I love that. Thank you. So we are available for prayer. Please meet with us, email us, call us. We can meet with you in the corner right there today if you'd like prayer. We'd love to offer that. That's why we exist as practitioners. We love to pray. Talent, time, and treasure. So there's opportunities to give of your talents and your time here to build a great center that we all share. Soundboard tech, Cindy would be happy to share that opportunity. And Alan is a great trainer for that. So if somebody's interested in teching or in the soundboard, those kind of things, we need help. Greeters, we love people to welcome as you come in. We appreciate Anna. See Anna if you're interested in volunteering that way. And the kitchen support, Diana, is back there setting up the table, and she can always use some help. So please lend a hand. We appreciate your volunteerism. We have a new little bookstore. Remember the bookstore? That was my love in our old center. I would go there after the meeting and visit with you, and we'd look at all those great books. Well, we're collecting books again, and we're having them available to you. General donation of $3 to $5 for those awesome books back there. Bring a book, take a book. So enjoy and browse what we have. We have some new ones this week that just came in. And Josie, Reverend Josie, she's the founder of CSL St. George, and she's cleaning out her books. And boy, I look through her shelves and bring them here. So look through there. That's great. We appreciate that. Volunteer opportunities for our installation ceremony, October 17th. Make sure you go online and get your tickets. It's going to be dinner, dancing, live music, and honoring our... Oh, yes, we're having a raffle. Okay. If you have a talent that you would like to share, perhaps a service that you would like to give,
Or even a basket.
let people know what you can contribute, and we'll have a raffle and lots of prizes. It's fun to win. So bring things for us to raffle off at that event. The Heart Evolution in honoring our Minister Joe and Senior Minister Joe and Assistant Minister Rachel, which we're grateful for both of you. Yes?
RSVPs need to happen by September 30th.
Ooh, 2 days. Is that right? Yeah. Is today the 28th? Yeah.
So the Tuesday's the 30th. So if you're planning on going, we so want you to come. So there's different levels of tickets. So if you're on a fixed income and that $32 seems like a lot, there are complimentary tickets. So don't let the money be the hindrance. There's also, for those who go, yeah, I can definitely donate more, there is a donation button, as well as you can sponsor a table. So if there's any way that you can be there, we want you there, because this is about the community and about the ministers. It's almost like a marriage happening, so we want you there to help us celebrate this momentous moment. We also have some special guests that will be coming, which we're excited. We're not going to announce it, but you want to be there for that. And if, I know you already said the raffle prizes, but that can be a basket, that can be a teddy bear, whatever it is that you would like to donate as a raffle prize, the more the merrier. It's so much fun to win those raffles. So the link is on the newsletter, and it is also, is it on the website? It's on the website, and if you can't find it, email us, and I will send you the link, because we want you there. Thank you.
And if we have something to donate for the raffle, we just let you know and bring it that night?
Let me know, yes, and then you can bring it, or we can, Joe will be here on the 12th.
Okay, bring it next in-person meeting. That's great. Okay, October 5th is online, almost there at the new month already. The Ultimate Glow Up, October 12th here with Reverend Joe. And then services that are coming, 3 in-person Sundays in October. Ooh, that's almost like every week. Isn't that great? October 12th, 19th, and 26th. And our special speaker on the 26th is Bill Smith, helping out our reverends who have been here 2 weeks. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Enjoy community. God bless you all.